see. It says I'm streaming. I'm trying to have some better light this time than last night, learning some things. What I'm going for here is, let's see, did it start? Yeah, it started the stream. So, how do I get, if I reload this page, oh, okay. Okay. It doesn't seem to be doing what I would like it to do here. How do I get to me being live? Why is it not working? So, see if I can do this. Flip the camera around, show what I'm trying to do. What I'm trying to do is use this other old phone. This is my mom's old phone. Just use this in order to show the display, so that way, oh, we might have got it. Yeah, alright, okay. So now, I can see the display and be a little more attentive to how the camera is working. Alright, let's get this brightness up a bit so I can see what I'm doing. Nice, okay, sweet. We're in business here. I've got the live feed that's showing me what you guys are seeing. Nice. 30 frames a second. Nice. Cool. Okay. Live feed there, so I can see. And now we can go ahead and open up a literal word here. Start our nightly Bible reading. Let's see. So it comes in. Man, this app's pretty sweet. How it just rotates like that. Just handles all the formatting on its own. I got my review account just all from mobile. It's really cool. Well, I'm super tired. It's pretty late here where I'm at. But I thought I wanted to hop on and do another Bible reading stream. And I've got this second camera up now so I can see myself a bit better. I got a little bit better lighting. I'm just trying to improve every time. I'm just having a blast. So it's time for some study, so I'll get to it. I think I'm going to continue in Genesis from where I left off. Can't remember exactly where that was, though. I think I can find out pretty quick. If we go YouTube. And then library. Your videos. Okay, we made it to Genesis 20, I see a 23 there. All right, so let's go ahead and hop into Gen 23. Start there. I think I still like horizontal, just as more content. Man, it's cool. The way that just switches automatically. So I've got to unlock my rotation here. There we go. Oh, over here's good. And go ahead and hop into Genesis 23. I should use my right hand so I'm not blocking the camera. There's one. Thanks, guys, for your patience. I'm just still learning so much. Now I can see myself, which is nice. And I'll go ahead and start the timer here and get to reading. Ooh, death and burial of Sarah. All right. Oh, wait, I think it was 24. I finished 23 and then 24 got cut off. So let's go ahead and advance one. Here we go. Oh, yeah, I remember. Bride for Isaac. Genesis, chapter 24. Now Abraham was old and advanced in age, and the Lord had blessed Abraham in every way. Abraham said to his servant, the oldest of his household, who had charge of all that he owned, please place your hand under my thigh, and I will make you swear by the Lord, the God of heaven and the God of earth, that you shall not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites among whom I live. But you will go to my country and to my relatives, and take a wife for my son Isaac. The servant said to him, suppose the woman is not willing to follow me to this land. Should I take your son back to the land from where you came? Then Abraham said to him, beware that you do not take my son back there. The Lord, the God of heaven, who took me from my father's house and from the land of my birth, who spoke to me and who swore to me, saying, to your descendants I will give this land. He will send his angel before you, and you will take a wife for my son from there. But if the woman is not willing to follow you, then you will be free from my oath. Only do not take my son back there. So the servant placed his hand under the thigh of Abraham his master, and swore to him concerning this matter. Then the servant took 10 camels from the camels of his master, and set them out with a variety of good things of his master's in his hand. And he arose and went to Mesopotamia, to the city of Nahor. He made the camels kneel down outside the city by the well of water at evening time, the time when women go out to draw water. He said, O Lord, the God of my master Abraham, please grant me success today, and show loving kindness to my master Abraham. Behold, I am standing by the spring, and the daughters of men of the men of the city are coming out to draw water. Now may it be that the girl to whom I say, please let down your jar so that I may drink, and who answers, drink, and I will water your camels also. May she be the one who you have appointed for your servant Isaac, and by this I will know that you have shown loving kindness to my master. But before he had finished speaking, behold, Rebekah, who was born to Bethuel, the son of Milcah, the wife of Abraham's brother Nahor, came out with her jar on her shoulder. The girl was very beautiful, a virgin, and no man had relations with her. And she went down to the spring and filled her jar and came up. Then the servant ran to meet her and said, please let me drink a little water from your jar. She said, drink, my lord. She said, and she quickly lowered her jar to her hand and gave him a drink. Now, when she had finished giving him a drink, she said, I will draw water for your camels until they have finished drinking. So she quickly emptied her jar into the trough and ran back to the well to draw, and she drew for all his camels. Meanwhile, the man was gazing at her in silence to know whether the Lord had made his journey successful or not. When the camels had finished drinking, the man took a gold ring, weighing 1/2 shekel, and 2 bracelets for her wrists, weighing 10 shekels in gold, and said, whose daughter are you? Please tell me, is there room for us to lodge in your father's house? She said to him, I am the daughter of Bethuel, the son of Milcah, whom she bore to Nahor. Again she said to him, we have plenty of both straw and feed, and room to lodge in. Then the man bowed low and worshipped the Lord. He said, Blessed be the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who has not forsaken his loving kindness and his truth toward my master. As for me, the Lord has guided me in the way to the house of my master's brothers. Then the girl ran and told her mother's household about these things. Now Rebekah had a brother whose name was Laban, and Laban ran outside to the man at the spring. When he saw the ring and the bracelets on his sister's wrists, and when he heard the words of Rebekah his sister, saying, This is what the man said to me, he went to the man, and behold, he was standing by the camels at the spring. And he said, Come in, blessed of the Lord. Why do you stand outside, since I have prepared the house, and a place for the camels? So the man entered the house. Then Laban unloaded the camels, and gave them straw and feed. And he gave straw and feed to the camels, and water to wash his feet and the feet of the men who were with him. But when food was set before him, he said, I will not eat until I have told my business. And he said, Speak on. So he said, I am Abraham's servant. The Lord has greatly blessed my master, so that he has become rich, and he has given him flocks and herds, silver and gold, and servants and maids, and camels and donkeys. Now Sarah, my master's wife, bore a son to my master in her old age, and he has given him all that he has. My master made me swear, saying, You shall not take a wife for my son from the daughters of the Canaanites, in whose land I live, but you shall go to my father's house and to my relatives, and take a wife for my son. I said to my master, Suppose the woman does not want to follow me. He said to me, The Lord before whom I have walked will send his angel with you to make your journey successful, and you will take a wife for my son from my relatives and from my father's house. Then you will be free from my oath. When you come to my relatives, if they do not give her to you, you will be free from my oath. So I came today to the spring and said, O Lord, the God of my master Abraham, if now you will make my journey on which I go successful. Behold, I am standing by the spring, and may it be that the maiden who comes to draw water, and to whom I say, Please let me drink a little water from your jar. And she will say to me, You drink, and I will draw for your camels also. Let her be the woman whom the Lord has appointed for my master's son. Before I had finished speaking in my heart, behold, Rebekah came out with her jar on her shoulder, and went down to the spring and drew. And I said to her, Please let me drink. She quickly lowered her jar from her shoulder and said, Drink, and I will water your camels also. So I drank, and she watered the camels also. Then I asked her and said, Whose daughter are you? And she said, The daughter of Bethuel, Nahor's son, whom Milcah bore to him. And I put the ring on her nose and the bracelets on her wrists. And I bowed low and worshipped the Lord, and blessed the Lord, the God of my master Abraham, who had guided me in the right way, and to take the daughter of my master's kinsman for his son. So now, if you are going to deal kindly and truly with my master, tell me, and if not, let me know, that I may turn to the right hand or to the left. Then Laban and Bethuel replied, The matter comes from the Lord, so we cannot speak to you bad or good. Here is Rebekah before you. Take her and go, and let her be the wife of your master's son, as the Lord has spoken. When Abraham's servant heard their words, he bowed himself to the ground before the Lord. The servant brought out articles of silver and articles of gold and garments and gave them to Rebekah. He also gave precious things to her brother and to her mother. Then he and the men who were with him ate and drank and spent the night. When they arose in the morning, he said, Send me away to my master. But her brother and her mother said, Let the girl stay a few days, say 10. Afterward she may go. And he said to them, Do not delay me, since the Lord has prospered my way. Send me away that I may go to my master. And they said, We will call the girl and consult her wishes. Then they called Rebekah and said to her, Will you go with this man? And she said, I will go. Thus they sent away their sister Rebekah and her nurse with Abraham's servant and his men. They blessed Rebekah and said to her, May you, our sister, become thousands of 10,000s, and may your descendants possess the gate of those who hate them. Then Rebekah rose with her maids, and they mounted the camels and followed the man. So the servant took Rebekah and departed. Now Isaac had come from going to Beer Lahairoi, for he was living in the Negev. Isaac went out to meditate in the field toward evening, and he lifted up his eyes and looked, and behold, camels were coming. Rebekah lifted up her eyes, and when she saw Isaac, she dismounted from the camel. She said to the servant, Who is this man walking in the field to meet us? And the servant said, He is my master. Then she took her veil and covered herself. The servant told Isaac all the things that he had done. Then Isaac brought her into his mother Sarah's tent, and he took Rebekah, and she became his wife. And he loved her, and thus Isaac was comforted after his mother's death. All right, pause there. No chat. Okay. Now, I got this interesting notification. In the new Android, I'm still running 7 on my old beat-up phone over here. In the new Android, it shows you notifications in the midst of, while still holding like the video open in an app just from Chrome. So let's go ahead and cancel that. Get back to what we're doing here. Nice. Okay, so that's back. This lighting still looks strange. Maybe we can try something a little different. I've got 2 mobiles here. So, watching the feed on this one. Just to make sure it looks alright. Ooh, I like that lighting a lot better. I might not even need this one on. Things I can't really do computer this way, but maybe I can do at least these streams this way. Yeah, still a little dark around the face. But better maybe. Oh, my eyes just look super dark. Maybe the angle is just bad. Okay. Still definitely more to learn. But this is pretty cool. I can't scroll while holding this one though. So I need a spot. That's not too bad. So now if we swing this light out. That still looks weird. My phone went black. Oh, no way. So I can keep streaming, but my phone is actually locked? Ooh. Now how in the world do I end stream without putting my passcode in? Oh, I have fingerprint. That's right. There. Sweet. Okay. No, don't open the camera. Man, this thing is wild. Ah, that's right. Gotta use my right hand so I don't block the camera. I guess the lighting's not too terrible. Maybe if we come up a little higher. Still pretty harsh. Yeah. I just have a lot to learn about scene lighting still. that right, I like the other way better. I'm burning my time though here. So let's just go back to what we know works decent. I guess that's not a terrible idea either. Well, I can only scroll on this one though. Alright, let's go back. Let's get some more light here. Now, is it worthwhile to have the overhead lights on? I can turn those off. See what that does. Well, that's kind of fun. Kind of a fun feel. Make that light indirect. A little bit tipped. Not too bad. Alright. Alright, about as good as it's going to get. Thank you, Lord God, for his powerful tools. Here goes. Genesis, chapter 25. Genesis, chapter 25. Now Abraham took another wife, whose name was Keturah. Oh, I do want to do a sound check. How do I do? Oh, it's right there. Did it freeze? This other phone froze. Still have battery left. Oh, I see. How do I? Why does the video not play? Oh, there we go. Sound check? That sounds pretty good. Cool. Alright, let's go for it. So I'm going to remute this one. Full screen of that guy. Sweet. Alright. Thanks for your patience. Genesis, chapter 25. Now Abraham took another wife, whose name was Keturah. She bore him Zimram, and Jokshan, and Medan, and Midian, and Ishbak, and Shua. Jokshan became the father of Sheba and Dedan. And the sons of Dedan were Asherim, and Letushim, and Leumimim. The sons of Midian were Ephah, and Epher, and Hanok, and Abida, and Elah. All these were the sons of Keturah. Now Abraham gave all that he had to Isaac, but to the sons of his concubines Abraham gave gifts while he was still living, and sent them away from his son Isaac eastward to the land of the east. These are all the years of Abraham's life, that he lived 175 years. Abraham breathed his last and died in a ripe old age, an old man, and satisfied with life, and he was gathered to his people. Then his sons Isaac and Ishmael buried him in the cave of Machpelah, in the field of Ephron, the son of Zohar the Hittite, facing Mamre, the field which Abraham purchased from the sons of Heth. There Abraham buried Sarah his wife. It came about after the death of Abraham that God blessed his son Isaac, and Isaac lived in Beer-lahai-roi. Now these are the records of the generations of Ishmael, Abraham's son, whom Hagar the Egyptian, Sarah's maid, bore to Abraham. And these are the names of the sons of Ishmael, by their names, in the order of their birth: Beoth, the firstborn of Ishmael, and Kedar, and Abdiel, and Mibsam, and Mishma, and Duma, and Massa, Hadad, and Tema, Jeter, Naphish, and Kadima. These are the sons of Ishmael, and these are their names, by their villages, and by their camps, 12 princes, according to their tribes. These are the years of the life of Ishmael, 137 years, and he breathed his last, and died, and was gathered to his people. They settled from Havilah to Shur, which is east of Egypt, as one goes toward Assyria. He settled in defiance of all his relatives. Now these are the records of the generations of Ishmael. Now these are the records of the generations of Isaac, Abraham's son. Abraham became the father of Isaac, and Isaac was 40 years old when he took Rebekah, the daughter of Bethuel, the Aramean, of Paddan Aram, the sister of Laban, the Aramean, to be his wife. Isaac prayed to the Lord on behalf of his wife, because she was barren. And the Lord answered him, and Rebekah, his wife, conceived. But the children struggled together within her. And she said, If it is so, why then am I this way? So she went to inquire of the Lord. The Lord said to her, 2 nations are in your womb, and 2 peoples will be separated from your body. And one people shall be stronger than the other, and the older shall serve the younger. When her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. Now the first came forth red all over like a hairy garment, and they named him Esau. Afterward his brother came forth, and with his hand holding on to Esau's heel. So his name was called Jacob. And Isaac was 60 years old when he gave birth to them. When the boys grew up, Esau became a skillful hunter, a man of the field, but Jacob was a peaceful man, living in tents. Now Isaac loved Esau, because he had a taste for game, but Rebekah loved Jacob. When Jacob had cooked stew, Esau came in from the field, and he was famished. And Esau said to Jacob, Please let me have a swallow of that red stuff in there, for I am famished. Therefore his name was called Edom. But Jacob said, First, sell me your birthright. Esau said, Behold, I am about to die. So of what use then is the birthright to me? And Jacob said, First, swear to me. So he swore to him and sold his birthright to Jacob. Then Jacob gave Esau bread and lentil stew, and he ate and drank and rose and went on his way. And Esau despised his birthright. All right, so there we have chapter 25. I used some time earlier to talk and think about how to get the stream to work, so I'm going to try to just keep covering ground in the scripture. Double check, don't have any messages. Looks good. Genesis, chapter 26. Now there was a famine in the land, besides the previous famine that had occurred in the days of Abraham. So Isaac went to Gerar, to Abimelech, the king of the Philistines. The Lord appeared to him and said, Do not go down to Egypt. Stay in the land of which I shall tell you. Sojourn in this land, and I will be with you and bless you. For to you and to your descendants I will give all these lands, and I will establish the oath which I swore to your father Abraham. I will multiply your descendants as the stars of heaven, and will give your descendants all the lands, and by your descendants all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because Abraham obeyed me and kept my charge, my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. So Isaac lived in Gerar. When the men of the place asked about his wife, he said, She is my sister. For he was afraid to say, My wife, thinking, The men of this place might kill me on account of Rebekah, for she is beautiful. It came about, when they had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked out through a window and saw, and behold, Isaac was caressing his wife, Rebekah. Then Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold,
"Certainly she is your wife. How then did you say, 'She is my sister'?" And Isaac said to him, "Because I said, 'I might die on account of her.'" Abimelech said, "What is this you have done to us? One of the people might easily have lain with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us." So Abimelech charged all the people, saying, "He who touches this man or his wife shall surely be put to death." Now Isaac sowed in the land and reaped in the same year 100-fold. And the Lord blessed him. And the man became rich and continued to grow richer until he became very wealthy. For he had possessions of flocks and herds and a great household, so that the Philistines envied him. Now all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of Abraham his father, the Philistines stopped up by filling them with earth. Then Abimelech said to Isaac, "Go away from us, for you are too powerful for us." And Isaac departed from there and camped in the valley of Gerar and settled there. Then Isaac dug again the wells of water which had been dug in the days of his father Abraham. And he gave them the same names which his father had given them. But when Isaac's servants dug in the valley and found there a well of flowing water, the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with the herdsmen of Isaac, saying, "The water is ours." So he named the well Esek, because they contended with him. Then they dug another well, and they quarreled over it too. So he named it Sitnah. He moved away from there and dug another well, and they did not quarrel over it. So he named it Rehoboth. For he said, "At last the Lord has made room for us, and we will be fruitful in the land." Then he went up from there to Beersheba. The Lord appeared to him the same night and said, "I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not fear, for I am with you. I will bless you and multiply your descendants, for the sake of my servant Abraham." So he built an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord, and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac's servants dug a well. Then Abimelech came to him from Gerar with his advisor Ahuzzath and Phicol, the commander of his army. Isaac said to them, "Why have you come to me, since you hate me and have sent me away from you?" They said, "We see plainly that the Lord has been with you." So he said, "Let there now be an oath between us, even between you and us, and let us make a covenant with you, that you will do us no harm, just as we have not touched you and have done to you nothing but good." And have done to you nothing but good, and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed of the Lord. Then he made them feast, and they ate and drank. In the morning they arose early and exchanged oaths. Then Isaac sent them away, and they departed from him in peace. Now it came about on the same day that Isaac's servants came in and told him about the well which they had dug, and said to him, "We have found water." So he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Beersheba to this day. When Esau was 40 years old, he married Judith, the daughter of Beeri the Hittite, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon the Hittite, and they brought grief to Isaac and Rebekah. Alright, there's the end of chapter 26. Go ahead and turn Power Saver off. Be a little less abrasive visually. Get the orange out of here. Let's look at that graph. How are we doing? Not too much sharper. The decrease in battery when we're doing this. That's really interesting.